In the heart of rural Germany, there stands a place where time seems to have stood still, a place where the wind carries the whispers of a horrifying secret. Hinterkaifeck. The name alone is enough to send shivers down your spine. It's a remote farm, far from civilization, yet it holds a mystery so chilling, so unsolved, that it still haunts those who dare to seek the truth. What happened on that cold, dark night in 1922, and why has this case remained one of Germany's most disturbing unsolved mass murders? Tonight, we journey deep into the mystery of the Hinterkaifeck murders. For members of the Gruber family, along with their maid, were brutally murdered, yet, over a century later, the truth remains elusive. Some say the farm is cursed, others suggest it's a ghostly presence that lingers, but one thing is certain, the case has never been solved. Located in the Bavarian countryside, the Hinterkaifeck farm was isolated. The nearest town, Gruber, was miles away, and the nearest neighbors were too far to intervene. In 1922, it was a place where life was difficult and quiet, a small, humble farmstead home to 63-year-old Andreas Gruber, his wife, 72-year-old Cäzilia, their daughter Victoria, her two children, and their maid, who was new to the farm. By all accounts, the Grubers were a quiet, somewhat reclusive family. They had lived on the farm for decades, but the years leading up to the murders were marked by strange occurrences. Andreas, a farmer known for his stern demeanor, had begun to report hearing strange noises in the attic, claiming that footsteps echoed above his head when no one was there. He also found strange tracks in the snow leading to the house, but no tracks leading away. Was someone living in the attic? Or was something far more sinister at play? On the night of March 31, 1922, the family's worst nightmare came true. The maid, who had only recently begun working at Hinterkaifeck, was found dead in her bed. Soon after, the rest of the Gruber family was found brutally murdered in their home. Andreas and his wife, Cäzilia, were killed first, followed by Victoria and her two children. Their bodies were discovered in various rooms of the house, each victim slaughtered with an axe. It was a brutal massacre. The question that plagued investigators was, who could have committed such an atrocity? The family was isolated, and there were no signs of forced entry. The killer or killers had to be someone who knew the family's routine and had a terrifying level of familiarity with the house. Footage of investigators walking through the house, examining the crime scene. The camera lingers on strange details: an open door, a chair tipped over, signs of struggle. As investigators pieced together the evidence, something strange began to emerge. The murder weapons, two axes, were found inside the house. There was no sign of robbery, nothing of value was taken. Even more chilling, it seemed the killer didn't immediately flee the scene.
In fact, the murders weren't discovered until several days later. The killer might have remained on the property long after the carnage was committed. Several witnesses reported hearing strange noises and seeing strange figures on the farm in the days following the murders. The house was still locked, the family's animals were left to wander, and the killer or killers seemed to vanish without a trace. Over the years, a number of theories have emerged about the identity of the killer. Could it have been someone from within the family? Some believe that Victoria's estranged husband, who was reportedly violent, may have had a role in the murders, but with no direct evidence. This theory quickly unraveled. Others suggest a local man, who is known to have frequented the farm, could have been involved. Some have even suggested that a ghostly presence, perhaps an angry spirit, haunted the land, driving someone to madness. Could the farm truly be cursed? Or was there something far more human at work here? The chilling silence around Hinterkaifeck makes it difficult to discern the truth. The murders of the Gruber family and their maid were never solved, despite numerous investigations, including one in the 1930s and another in the 1950s. No suspects were ever charged. The case remains open to this day, a haunting mystery that refuses to be closed. Today, Hinterkaifeck remains a ghostly reminder of the horrors that once unfolded on its grounds. Visitors speak of a strange, oppressive feeling in the air, of whispers in the night, and of the lingering, unanswered question: who killed the Gruber family and why? Is it possible that the truth is forever lost to time, buried under the weight of fear and superstition? Or will the dark shadows of Hinterkaifeck one day reveal their secrets? Perhaps, in the quiet moments when the wind howls across the Bavarian hills, the house will whisper its truth if we are brave enough to listen. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. So you never miss a mystery. The screen flashes the subscribe button and fades to silence.